As we are approaching the last week of November, November 24, many of us who are going through the shamanic awakening, who are remembering a deep part of their ancestral heritage, we can feel perhaps a new kind of rebirth coming at the horizon as we are closing down the year 2025, the year number 9. So let's explore what the runes have in store for us today as a remembrance on our soul journey. So let's bring in the spirit guides, the ancestors, the gods, the deities, connected to all 4 elements. The earth located in the south, the water located in the west, the air located in the north, and the fire located in the east. Let's bring in the rune masters, the gods, the deities, to see what we need to know right now on our soul's journey for the collective. So, starting off with the manas, divine union, manifestation. Incredible, that's the one we're starting off with. We have a soul wilu, very, very powerful, very powerful indeed. Now let's see what we have, what else we have in store, as we always like to work with 4 runes. Hagelas, interesting. Hagelas, of course, the hill. It is that part when we can face destruction because something else needs to come into return. Then a reversed turizas. A reversed turizas means that we are perhaps still a little bit blocked in our old ways. So the message here is really like, how can we stay connected to mankind, to divine union, and how we can relate to others by staying connected to our higher self, the lights, the sun. This is the kind of the power that we need to perhaps to navigate through the difficulties of staying stuck in our old ways. This is the energy that we need if we want to face like the storm, the hail that is destroying the land, with hail of course, because the land needs to go through a new kind of beginning. It's where destruction is needed, and what needs to be destructed, perhaps that is like our old ways, where we continue to feel stuck in perhaps in having no boundaries for ourselves. So this is a very, very interesting reading that we can have right now, that maybe lots of us are dealing with, where we feel maybe like we need to connect more with like minds, to stay connected to our higher self, is where we need to create some sort of destruction in order to stay connected to our soul wilu. So what does this all mean coming together? The manas, the self, the identity, the ego, and the human connection. This rune opens the reading by pointing directly to you, your identity, mindset, self-concepts, how you show up in the world and how you relate to others. It shows that you're questioning who you truly are. You are redefining your role, purpose and personal truth. You're stepping into a new version of the self. Manas is the mirror. This spread starts with self-examination. Which part of me is acting and which part of me is true? Then of course the soul wilu, illumination, breakthrough, divine guidance. Soul wilu shines directly into manas. This is really, really huge. If we get any time a soul wilu, there's always a big message here. It means you are receiving clarity about who you are becoming. The illusion of the old self is burning away. Your higher self is guiding you toward purpose and alignment. You're stepping into confidence and inner radiance. Soul wilu amplifies manas. You're being shown the truth of your identity. You're being guided into your next evolution. This is an inner victory rune positioned right after the self. It's a breakthrough of consciousness. Then we have the Hagelas, disruption, storm, forced transformation. Then comes the storms. Hagelas means something must break for something else to be reborn. A pattern of belief in your identity cannot go with you into the next phase. The universe disrupts the old structures to clear the path, or unexpected events may push you inward. Hagelas between Sowelu and Turizas is a purification storm. The fire of Sowelu exposes what must be destroyed. This is the ego collapse phase of the reading. Not punishment, purification. Then we have the Turizas reversed. Misaligned force, reactive boundaries, inner conflicts. This rune reversed means the storm Hagelas may trigger reactivity, old fears, guardedness, anger turned inward, emotional overaction, difficulty setting clear boundaries. It's already been mentioned, it has to do with a lot of the boundaries that we have. Upright, of course, the Turizas is control power. Reversed, it becomes hesitation, self-protection, unclear defenses, aggression turned at yourself, not knowing when to act or when to pass. You may feel, I'm changing, but I'm not sure who I can trust, even myself. Reverse Turizas after Hagelas is, don't fight the transformation, don't resist the storm. It warns against forcing solutions, acting impulsively, letting fear drive decisions, closing your heart too quickly. How they relate as a whole sequence. Manas, Sowelu. You receive revelation about your identity and purpose. Sowelu and Hagelas. The light exposes what must crumble. Breakthrough triggers breakdown. Hagelas, Turizas reversed. The storm shakes your old defenses. You must rebuild healthier boundaries, not reactive ones. The challenge of the spreads. The collapse of the old self, your ego structures, old masculine identity, outdated patterns, and previous ways of protecting yourself are being broken down. The temptation of close off, retreats, act from fear, overreact, doubt your transformation, fight the process. This is shadow initiation. The opportunity for growth. Rebuild identity from authenticity, manas. Drop the mask, drop the old roles, drop the expectations. Trust your inner light, Sowelu. Your higher self is guiding this. Something greater is illuminating the path. Let the storm cleanse your Hagelas. Don't resist what is leaving your life. A structure is falling because it was too small for who you are becoming. Learn boundaries with conscious control, Turizas reversed. You are learning proper use of power, when to strike, when to wait, how to say no, how to protect yourself without aggression or withdrawal. This is boundary mastery. So what it all means, this reading is a rite of passage. You are undergoing ego death, shadow exposure, identity recalibration, boundary restructuring, purpose clarification. It's the exact transformation the man faces before stepping into the warrior archetype with maturity and clarity. This reading perfectly aligns with the energy of the Berserker awakening work. Break the old self, eliminate the true self, survive the storm, master your power. So there you have it, the process we are going through. The inner self transformation, the ego death, rebirth. It's all part of the shamanic initiation that so many of us are currently going through. This is intense, it can feel exhausting. A lot of old things are coming up. We are diving through our ancestral heritage. So that's why this type of soul work, soul guidance, working with the divination tools of the runes, for example, can be very, very powerful for us to build up our spiritual practice and initiate into who we are becoming. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Simply drop a comment below. And I see you in my next reading. All right, take care for now. Bye-bye.